of Ian is a Weirdo. So today we're gonna do some big makeup. We're just going for it. That's the hope, that's the dream, that's the wish, that is the essence. My cat wants to get in, but I literally can't get up out of this situation. So he's gonna deal, and we're just gonna try to ignore our animals like the good pet parents that we are. So, because it takes the longest, I'm going to cover my brows first. And that means finding a fucking glue stick. Now, there are many ways to cover your brows. And my favorite is to use, and probably one of the most affordable ways, is to use a glue stick. Now, most people, oh, you know what? I wanted to get my contacts. But I did not do that, and now I'm on a struggle bus. Okay, let's take a step back and just figure out what the fuck is going on. Okay. Sorry I came very unprepared. I've been up since 2 a.m. I tried Ambien for the first time. To my knowledge, nothing went wrong, which is good. I didn't text any exes or not that I have really that many people to text, but it didn't go bad for your boy, but it was anyway. So but I did wake up at 2 a.m., which is a little bit inconvenient if you don't want to wake up at 2 a.m. So, I'm really sorry. I'm so this is like next level unprepared. Okay, we're just gonna center our minds and our body and our hearts and our farts. Okay. There's other stuff I want to do, but I really need to start the process of working on these brows. I really just want to shave them off. And I was like, I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you, but I've been itching to shave them off for a while, so I'll probably do that soon anyways, but I'll give her the illusion that I listened. Okay, where's the fucking glue? I have glue that's not great, but it is technically glue. A glue stick. I don't even know where that is. I don't use glue on anything else, so I don't understand how I could lose this glue. It's one of the mysteries of this world, is how a human is capable of losing as much stuff as I tend to lose. It's pretty wild if you think about it. Okay, so seriously, where the fuck is the glue? Okay, I found some contacts. I prefer to not do the full white because those are really hard to see through. And vision, it turns out, is quite important. I'm gonna give this about 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna give up officially. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think this is this where I'm embarrassed. It takes a lot for me to get embarrassed about this kind of stuff, but I'm pretty embarrassed. Okay, so here is a glue stick. It's not the glue stick I prefer, but it's okay. See, if you just keep going, then eventually something will happen. Or, conversely, nothing will happen. I have some wigs. I don't know. I might use those for pictures later, but not tonight. So let's just go ahead and create the moment, which means wig cap and wig, and wig silicone. strip, especially because the back of my hair is really, really long, and I have like this like ducktail thing going. I try to get um, my sideburns in, but sometimes I don't want to agree. And then I have a couple companies now create these. When I got it, it was a pretty new thing, so I think there's a lot of companies now doing it. So it's a silicone strip. A lot of companies have ones that come in different skin tones. Especially if you're doing like a lace front, that can be really helpful. But for me, I just got the clear because I never knew what hair color I would do, or if I would be doing like a weird, a natural skin tone. So I just wanted to have the clear version. So I put it right at my hairline, and then it helps hold things down a lot better. Some people use this and don't use any wig glue. I don't really have any wigs that I glue down just because like I'm not currently like performing drag and stuff like that. So I make sure we get it as far back as possible in my case. Now, if your hairline is further back, you might want to kind of keep it where your hairline for your wig is going to be. So it has little bumps on it, little ridges, and it really helps hold your wig on. So let's get started in covering our eyebrows. So I like to use, and most people use, that do the glue method, the Elmer's glue, the disappearing purple. And the key is to scrub it into all of the hairs. Let me get this over here. To scrub it into all of the hairs, go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And make sure you really, really coat the hairs. The more brow hairs you have, the more glue you're going to need to really cement that down. Some people don't cover all of their brow, they keep part of their brow. But for me, most of the time, I cover all of the brow. Even if I'm going to start my brow in the same place that my brow is starting, I just don't really like the way it looks on me. I get the excess glue off with my finger, and then I'm going to take either a spoolie or just a brow brush, just anything that can work, even a spatula. Some people like using that. And then I'm going to just really take the hair and just push it up. And I'm being very firm with it. I want that hair to be as flat as possible. That's why it's really important that you coat it well. Because if you didn't, you're about to find out that your shit will be popping up all over the place. Scrub, 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 scrub a dub. Because this is the disappearing purple, I kind of tell you when it's dry. My kind of rule of thumb with my eyebrows is I need to at least like see some of the purple. So make sure you're going backwards and forwards, but mostly backwards with your hair. Even the hair in the front that goes up, you want to pull down. You really want to coat those. And it took me a very long time to get to a point where I was not embarrassed by how bad my brow coverage was. So don't be too hard on yourself. I do find that, because I used to trim my brows a lot, I do find that brows are easier to cover when they're longer instead of trimming your brows and then covering them. Because once they're all the same length, then it kind of piles on. So what we're gonna do, so it should be mostly dry, but I like to do a layer of powder. And so I'm gonna use my loose powder. And this is where you don't want to skimp on your powder application. You really want to do this. So some people like to let their brows air dry, and I think there's a lot of value in that. But me personally, I just never, ever, ever in my whole life will have the patience for that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pack on a lot of powder on a puff, and you're just gonna press it directly into the brow. No scrubbing, none of that. You're gonna disrupt the hairs. And then more powder. And then we're going to do the same thing. So it should look something like this. So the powder should adhere to all of the kind of more wet particles of your glue. So it should dry relatively immediately. So I take a big puffy foundation brush and I just gently brush away the excess. Now, if you're going to do a color corrector, this would be the time to do it because we're going to do a whole nother layer of glue. You can do it on top of everything, but I kind of like it sometimes sandwiched. Let's see what color corrector I'm going to use. What contacts are these? Please don't be on white. Please don't be on white. I literally don't see anything in there. Oh, I know I have some contacts in, but there was one that I didn't open. Like, sometimes it's like dried out. Okay, this one's definitely empty. So I'm a little confused. So what the fuck is going on? I'm a mess. I've been up since 2, and my brain is just like, you're not gonna do what you planned on doing anymore. You can't shut any of the shelves. It's just a nightmare over here. Okay. So because my hair is naturally dark, to cover up the actually I'm just gonna use this powder to cover up the darker tones in my brow region. I'm gonna take an orange eyeshadow. I was gonna use an orange cream, couldn't find one. Didn't want to keep looking for it. You can also use a liquid lipstick. Liquid lipstick stays a really long time. Generally, it's good for like not being super annoying. So in this area, so I'm gonna take, and there's another glue stick right here. I don't know what's happening with my life right now, but I don't know if I've ever been more disorganized than I am in this very moment. Okay, so this has a lot of paint on it. Take my brow cleansing spray. I mean, not my brow, my brush cleansing spray and get some of that. I'm a bad witch. Nice. Welcome, winter. I have been up since 2. I started Ambien. I feel like I kind of got hit by a truck. I don't know if like physical symptoms are like a common thing with Ambien, but it's a very weird feeling that I'm going through, and we're just gonna make the best of it. I hope you are doing well. I'm just a bit. So I'm taking some orange, and when you're going over the is this not working? Is my brain broken? So when you're working over your brow, you want to be really sure that you're not disrupting the brow hairs that you've glued down. I was talking earlier, Winter, about wanting to shave my brows again, and like Mel's not like super on board. for right now. So, oh, I forgot to glue down my sideburns. I'll do that in a second. Um, I'm gonna just do it eventually. It's not an impulsive thing. I've shaved my brows and shaved my head like when I'm manic, and so because I'm feeling kind of off, she's like, I don't know, this is the move. I'm like, well, I've been thinking about it for a while, and, kind of want to just go for it, but want to be respectful of my wife, of course. Okay, so when you are covering your sideburns, now some like people who do drag a lot, they will just generally shave their sideburns because your sideburns do peek out of wigs and stuff like that. But really, you do the same thing that you do your um, on your eyebrows. But because the hair generally is longer, you can try to fit as much as you can under that wig band, just so you don't have to worry. Because it is actually super annoying to have to clean. The brows come off easy, but the sideburns are annoying as hell. So you're gonna scrub it in there, and I don't mean just like put it on top. I mean like scrub, do circles. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. This is your reminder to get your hair cut. Otherwise, you will be suffering, and this will be fairly painful to remove. But beauty is pain. And we just want to be beautiful, right? I have a really exciting idea for this makeup, but we'll see if it works out. I wish I had some like pointy ears. I used to have some. I did a goblin makeup like a couple years ago, and I had pointy ears. That would be cool because I'm going for like kind of like a demon-esque witch, evil something or other. You're wondering about the line in my uh, in my the title of this video. It's actually a modification of a quote from Todrick Hall, who is an amazing performer, singer, actor, dancer, choreographer, just performer in general. And so he does a lot of really really cool things. One of the things that he did I mean basically it was a movie called Straight Out of Oz. So it's kind of like a compilation of Straight Out of Compton and The Wizard of Oz, and it's just honestly I think it's a masterpiece. I mean he's done so many really just impressively amazing works that so one of the lines of one of the songs is you a good witch or just a bad bitch? And I think it's the song Low that he did with RuPaul. So that's what the line is, in case you're wondering. Okay, so I gotta use a bunch of glue, and it's still gonna look kind of like shit, but we're just gonna pretend like nothing matters on the sides of my face. Like the brows, you wanna, and a lot of this will be covered by the wig, but not all of it, so that's why we kind of have to glue it all down and just hope and pray for like results that don't look like poopy shit. That's just the thing. So what is kind of inspiring me, it's like sometimes you get makeup that just like inspires you, get things or you see looks that inspire you. And I have talked a little bit about getting this white liner. It's called Ghostly, and it's from Hollow Grave Cosmetics. And this white is just, it's so cool. It's so good. It's so pigmented. If you have ever used a white liner, you know the struggle is real. Trying to find something that looks good. Now, you gotta be careful with your spoolie that you're not getting, like, just, like, kind of crusties and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna look great, so just do your best. Especially if your hair is as thick as mine. If you don't have a lot of hair, it should be better than this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna powder this down. Now, if you wanted to, like, look flawless, perfection, gorgeous, whatever, then I would suggest, like, probably 3 or 4 layers of this glue to to get a really good base that's fairly smooth. I don't think you're gonna get rid of all the texture if you have as much hair as me, but um, but for my purposes, I'll probably just do 2 coats on my brows and my sideburns, and that will be it. I don't. If I did drag like a lot, I still don't think it would shave my sideburns. As much of a pain in the ass as covering all this is. Like I might do like a fade, like a really really good fade, um, so that it's not as much to cover. Although if your hair's too short, then it's really hard to cover. But okay, so we're going in with that again because I care less about this looking good. I'm just gonna go in with an orange cream. I looked over and I was like, oh yeah, I have this. This exists. I don't have to go in with powder. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with an orange cream, and so make sure you get all that excess powder off first. If you're working on anything, please let me know because I would love to know. Now, one thing you want to be sure of is so there's obviously a lot of different types of products. One of them is a water based makeup. So this is activated by water. It's kind of like a watercolor paint, right? And so when we use glue to cover up to cover up our hair, we're using a water soluble glue. It's washable glue. So you want to make sure that you do not put any water based products directly on top. So, cream is oil based, and then powder obviously is not either. Oil or commission for a friendship ring, and I'm mad about it. Yeah, I know you've been trying to get out of that game. But sometimes you're just like, oh, I guess I've got to do it for money, right? That sucks. And then you die. I've been making a lot of like stuffed, like anatomy parts, and like one of the things I've been doing is like making eyes for like plush penises, and I've been crocheting with embroidery floss, and I'm like, I hate this so much. I'm using like a 2.25 millimeter crochet hook. Wow, that is glued down so poorly. It is bananas. It's just like hair, like a clump of hair. Whatever. I don't care. I'm over you. Okay, so sometimes you just have to know when to give up. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put another layer of powder down. So, especially with this cream, you don't have to do it with the you don't have to do it with the powder that we put on our make sure you really press in there. It helps kind of smooth out and get all that powder in the grooves of the hair or between the hairs. So you really really helps just to kind of cement all of that. And then just gently brushing away the powder. The reason why we brush away a lot of the powder is because once you start piling a lot of like liquids and powders and all this stuff, is because like once you put liquid over powder, it generally doesn't like that. So just be mindful of that. Hey Lydia, welcome in. Yeah, I think we're probably all feeling some level of rough, so you are not alone. Okay, so now we're gonna do our brows again and our sideburns again, but we're gonna kind of do it a little differently because there's some things that you can't do the same way you did the first round. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but I'll show you what I mean. So we're gonna get our glue out. Now, if you recall, we brushed our brow hairs up. Winter, I know you don't have to worry about this because you don't have brows, and I'm severely jealous because I just want to shave them off. I need to get a good razor to shave them off because I don't really shave anything. My brain's like, I don't know that. I think the Ambien like fucked me up. Anyway, so I'm gonna get my glue out, and because I brushed my hairs up, I'm not gonna go do what I did before where I like scrub the glue in. I'm gonna put the glue in the direction that the hairs are already going. And I'm really gonna focus on just getting enough glue to keep that hold. I'm not gonna focus on anything else other than that. So I'm gonna be a little bit more precise, and that's gonna help fill in gaps. And we're gonna try to stay in the hairs. You have full brows right now? How have I not noticed? I will be the first to admit that I've been shit at keeping up with your lives. My sleep schedule's been so messed up. I'm honestly asleep pretty much every time you go live. So, like, sometimes I'm awake, but usually I'm asleep. So again, go in the direction of the hairs. Now, something I do not want to do, don't do this, is go and take your spoolie and pull through again. Do not do that. You will fuck up your brows. It will be very chunky oatmeal on your forehead, and that's not the dream and the fantasy that we're living. So with this, with my sideburns, I'm just gonna go straight down, again, no scrubbing, and I'm gonna try to make sure I get all of those little hairs. Again, hopefully the wig will do some wonders because I hate gluing my sideburns down. Now you'll notice, especially with the longer sideburns and stuff, go out, which is every 6 months. Okay, cool. I just hate sideburns, but I just really don't want to. Really don't want to shave them. I don't think that'll be a good look for me. I just want to get this part of the stick down. Okay, so you're gonna make sure that your glue is not like dried out and crusty. Something happened with my screen, so sorry about that. But you want to make sure that your glue is not dried out or anything because it will create a bevy of issues. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in. Now, if you have really thick, dark brows, you might want to do some clown white or some really strong white cream before you do this powder section so that you can get them covered completely. For me, because mine aren't that thick and I've already done a little bit of color correction, I don't really need to do that. So just gonna do what's right for your face. Make sure you have a ton, and I mean like a ton. You should be like, it should be raining from the sky when you are done. I like cheap powder I use Coty Airspun. It does have talc in it, so be very wary about breathing it in. And, but it's the best. It's so good. It smells like grandma's. And it's just like really just a fantastic powder. And it's cheapest I found at Walmart. Now there's different tones and stuff like that. This one, this is the translucent extra coverage. I find that I like that a lot. Better than just the translucent, but the translucent isn't bad. Now there's some like skin tone ones, but I haven't tried those because I don't need those. Now, if you are actually with anyone, even if you're pale like me, this powder alone will give you flashbacks. So you want to be cautious about that because if someone's taking pictures of you and you just have this like white cast, it's a little intense, I will say. So let me take my powder brush and I'm just gonna take off any excess powder. We're being very light-handed with the brush because we don't want to disrupt the hair. Okay, so now the fun part. So I'm wearing a shirt, and I probably should have wore a shirt that I did not care about, but we're here, so we're gonna do this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a water-based makeup. This is black. This is Paradise Makeup Aqua Color by Mayron, and it's the color black. Now, this is a very like goth thing to do. Is to do black on your neck. Now, under no circumstances should someone who is not a person of color do blackface. So do not put this all over your face. It's not the move. It's not. But like black neck is very different. So and you can definitely do some research and make your own decisions about that. But the reason why blackface is a no-go is for multiple reasons about the just about how black folks were presented in media, and so you really want to be mindful when you do your makeup. Now, I had one that was red. I was really hoping to use it, but now I am very confused about where it is. I do have this, which might work, but oh, hello. There's a contact in there. Yes. I'm gonna do it. I like contacts. I'm so excited. I could die. But dreams don't always come true, so boo hoo. Okay. If I were the fucking thing that I needed, I did mention earlier that I am literally embarrassed by how bad my organization is right now, and I've been trying to like get rid of expired makeup and stuff like that. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Lydia. So I swear I had a red one. Because every time I see it, it looks brown, and I'm like, yes, I want brown. And then I look at it, and it's fucking red. And this happens all the time. So I have this. This is a fucking old, crusty palette. But this one is actually, like, kind of pink. Nope, okay. Well, we're on team. Fuck it. Today. Okay, so let me see if this is like totally dried out or not. It's not. Okay, well, so we're gonna use the black second, but we're gonna start with red as our intermediate color. And I don't really know what I'm going like. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do. So just stick with me. So I'm taking a red blush. This is a cream blush by e.l.f. and it's like actually red. I could use the red cream in the other one, but I kind of wanted to like limit my cream because it just makes me break out, and I'm just really into that fantasy for me right now. I swear after this video is done, I'm gonna find that red and I'm gonna be pissed about it. Okay, so I'm gonna put red in my ears. So they look red on camera anyways. Yeah, I've just been like consumed. I don't know what it is about making these like penises and vaginas that has brought me so much joy, but like I swear, like I just want to do the pride booth and just do private parts. I really want to do a butthole one because I think it would be hilarious. But you know, so what I'm gonna do now that I've kind of started the red process, I'm thinking that I want to take my foundation, and so my foundation is already quite light. Um, so I do have these foundation sticks. I just with their cream and like I said, I don't really feel that fantasy for me right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put my foundation on, but I'm going to make sure that it is fairly light. My foundation is already super light. Like this is the lightest color of this. I'm always the lightest color. Unless the lightest color is like really pink, and then I go down one where it's a little bit more yellow, or neutral. So, really, I'm technically neutral, but if it's more yellow, that's fine too. So I'm going to take that, wet my sponge, and then I'm also going to add a white additive. This is my favorite product in the world, and nobody talks about it. It's a LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment. They come in several colors, and it's just awesome. You can kind of modify foundations that don't quite fit like the color that you want. And the white one's great because instead of doing like pure white on my face, I can take this and light my foundation enough where like it's like almost white, but it's not. It's like it's foundation, so it's a lot easier to work with. So I'm going over my brows. I'm making sure that I'm not like rubbing it in, I'm just like bouncing it on. I'm not going to go over the area that I started putting red on, because that would have defeated the purpose of putting the red on. But I'm going to just kind of blend them together because I'm like, I should just do like red, kind of like contour and stuff like that. So make sure you get the underside of your nose. A lot of people don't do that. Sometimes I don't even do that. And I'm always like, oh, this looks so terrible. So let me look in a mirror up close to make sure that I got, I'm getting everything. It's hard with like piercings and all that. You want to make sure you really get up in there. My brows aren't, this isn't my best brow coverage, if I'm being like 100% with you, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna go in with this cream. Now, cream is good because it's good at like getting in the crevices of uh, of the hairs. Kind of smooths things out a lot. So you can just like load on that cream, and it looks a lot better. This is what like clown light and stuff. So this one, I don't like this as much. I've heard better things about the TV paint sticks, but for me, this is just what I had access to. This one is very oily, and I don't know if it's just kind of the age of the product or what. It's very oily, and so I'm like a little bit like, break stuff down. But I'm just kind of really gently blending that in, it already looks a ton better, if you ask me. Now, I'm going to go back in with the red. I don't love this red, but again, I'm kind of struggling because I don't really know where that red that I wanted is. Constantly on the struggle bus. So I'm just gonna reinforce some of those see, now we're getting really red. And the lightness of the foundation does help kind of make it pop. I'm just going for borderline satanic, just I don't know. I don't really know what my inspiration for this is, other than I really want to use my white liner. So for those of you who are curious about the white liner that I'm using, so I just got it in. I'm already in love with it. It's a gel liner instead of a cream or water-based one, so it lasts a lot longer through like sweating and body, just your natural oils and stuff like that, which I really need because I have watery eyes, and so I think I'm gonna do a widow's peak type thing. So I'm just gonna kind of start stamping down. I don't know why, but this this is why I'm going. I really don't want it to look like a heart though, so I'm gonna have to figure out how we're gonna navigate that. And this is just gonna be the base. I'll probably add more red later. But let me. Ooh, I know. I have an idea. Just lurking and working. Cool. Well, you're welcome to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this brush. Especially, it's a weird shaped brush. It's angled. It's short. It's stubby, but it's made for nose contour, and it is pretty sickening. No, it's very cool. So normally I don't do a whole lot in the way of nose contour. But today we are going for it. And I'm going for just really sinister. That's my dream right now, is just to have it be pretty monstrous and weird. Okay, so I'm liking that so far. Definitely need some reinforcement, but that is a shape that I'm digging. We're gonna kind of bring the end to a pretty severe point. So, and with highlighter and stuff, it'll pop more. But I never really do anything to my nose because I'm fine with my nose. It doesn't bother me, whatever. But yeah, with this, I really wanted to kind of just go crazy. So one thing that bothers me, I've mentioned it time and time again, is that when people do severe contouring with their nose, they forget completely about their nostrils, and then it's just weird to me. So I'm just gonna take my the red on the brush and just put a little bit of red just on the edges of my nostrils to kind of get this effect that I want, right? I don't want it to be just in a vacuum, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't think they even make this anymore. This is so old. It's the e.l.f. cream blush, and I don't even know the color, but it's the one that's like fucking red. So now we have a lot of cream products on our face. I currently don't have a uh, a contour color that is cool and dark enough for me to work with. So we're just going to let that be. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do black on my neck. And like I said, if you want to get educated about the difference and the importance of black face, which I'm not doing, and black neck, which is very common in the um, gothic community, please feel free to um, look into that. I have the utmost respect and reverence for not doing um, blackface. So please be, you know, I'm not gonna like take the time to explain it because I don't feel like I need to, but I had a brush pulled out explicitly or specifically for this reason, and now I cannot find. So now we're kind of in like the cream. Oh, sorry, someone's calling. 1 second. Ian Walker speaking. Hi, sorry about that. My doctor's always called. So I'm, for those of you interested, so I just kind of painted this with what I had, what I could see in the camera. So it's not great. So what I'm doing is I have water on my brush. I'm mixing the black around. Now, if I was still a practicing makeup artist, I would like take out the black, put it on a palette, and then mix it. But because I'm not, and it's just me now, I'm not really. I don't really care. So I just want to kind of like put a couple marks just to kind of make it a little bit messier. I just don't want it to look like clean or like makeup. I just want it to look like I'm possessed by a demon. um, so just normal stuff. But so for my doctor, I'm looking into transcranial magnetic stimulation. And basically, it's a non-invasive procedure so it's not FDA approved for bipolar disorder, but they have shown positive results for depression. This is really, I don't know how people do like such detailed work. I'm always on the struggle bus. My nose is so crooked right now. Okay, now we're way too big. Okay, this is turning into a nightmare. Okay, so we're gonna try to clean this up with the white. My nose looks bonkers, just like absolutely bugging crazy. But I went into. I'm just gonna put some black on my ears. I guess I don't know. So yeah, so I'm inquiring about transcranial magnetic stimulation. Basically, it's like when you go to the hair salon, I guess, and they put the hair dryer over your head. That's basically what it is, except there's magnets, and it works on like the magnetic structures inside of your brain. Um, it's non-invasive. It's very safe. From my understanding, there are other procedures that can be done, like what is it, ECT? I don't even remember what that stands for, but basically, ECT is like it's so intense, right? And so I'm too nervous to do that. Like people, like first of all, they put you under like anesthesia, and then like you come out, you're like drooling, and like people have like memory loss, and it's just like in a very intense procedure. I'm gonna powder everything. No, you don't need to powder the water-based stuff. It can help it last a little bit longer if you're a sweaty person, but I don't sweat that much from my face, though. But like all the cream blushes and like stuff like that, you want to make sure you set your eyebrows really well, because I remember I did the cream and that was a very oily cream, so I really, really, really want to make sure that is stuck on there. So if you notice, this process is a lot of like do something then powder, do something then powder. So this most likely will be my final powder, unless I do like a kind of more skin tone powder. So I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush. I feel weird like having this on my neck right now. So now we have our base, and now we're gonna go full force into the weird unknown. So something that I find that really helps me kind of develop a look is like eyebrows. Like eyebrows are so important to how we view the overall look, that I really want to make sure that I get my brow into a place where I want it. Now, some people will do a cream brow because If they don't like it, they can just take it off. It's a lot easier to do that. It's totally up to you how you want to do your brows. Everyone has a different process, so and it takes a lot of time to like really start liking your brow shape, I find. So I've looked at a lot of different queens that I have really enjoyed their brow shape, and then I tried to kind of simulate that. So right now I'm just taking a bronzer and I'm kind of like sketching out the area that I want my brows to be, which is actually just above where my natural brow is. So I don't go up super far. I don't have a huge forehead, so if I go up too far, where a lot of people who are drag queens, they have like a larger forehead, so they can go up higher. They have that space that they need to close the gap on. Me, my brows, I can't move them up that far. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to apply some contour. So hard because you really shouldn't be scratching your face or your nose, but I gotta do it. And honestly, nobody in the world cares what I look like right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give myself a very, I'm gonna try to do a very like masculine contour because I'm trying to look like Satan's little slut. I'm gonna take that bronze and kind of seam together some of the areas around here that are a little just kind of disconnected and whatnot. And then I'm gonna take, what do I want to do with this? I still like this. I don't know. It's just one of my favorite things to do is to put a brow bone in. I just like it. Leave me alone. And then we'll start with the just kind of applying some of that background color to what eventually will be like some facial hair and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and reinforce the red. Now I'm gonna find a red powder, and for this I'm most likely gonna have to go into the if you have to itch, just like tap it with like your finger, with your nail. That's usually the best. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a powder brush. I'm gonna take my same brush that I used for contour. This is gonna be a lot more pigmented than your normal blush because it's a eyeshadow, but that's what we want. And that red base that we have is just going to help reinforce the red. So it's kind of just layering and keeping everything kind of going for like a triangle without being too like heart shaped because of my because of the widow's peak that I put in. And I wanted the red to kind of be like a medium between the black and the my skin tone. What was I doing? Oh, I was gonna go in and do my nose. So I'm gonna just kind of go ahead and actually, what was the brush that I used the red with? I really wish I was more organized. Like, I don't think people realize like how much of a true struggle it is when you're ADHD to like maintain like order and like structure. Like it's something that is so like foreign and like borderline painful. Like if I'm being honest, like even being totally honest, like it's actually really painful and really challenging to like to live this life where I just don't really know. So I think today or tomorrow I have an appointment with a doctor or the therapist that like we're gonna specifically focus on my ADHD needs because I think that's something that like really like I just like I honestly like I didn't really know I had ADHD for a really long time, much like I didn't know I had trauma for a really long time. Um, and it's just like it's something that like is has kind of taken a big toll on my life, and I don't want to be, a slave to my conditions. I think I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna so this is the labial line, labial nasal, no, nasolabial line. And so basically, it's like this right here. I'm gonna reinforce that with some red to really get some like kind of like dimension. I find that either this can make you look really old, it can make it look like your jowls, or it can make you look really sinister and evil. And obviously, we're going for sinister and evil because you know who I am. And so don't just draw the line, make sure. So I like to take this line and I like to blend it up here. Don't blend it too much, otherwise you lose a lot of this lightness right here. But blend it out this way, not this way. If you do it the other way, it gets really, really muddy. It's got a natural kind of curve to it at the bottom that you can't always see, so just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so that I'm already liking, and I think with facial hair, it's gonna look so good. And I'm a big believer in like doing makeup that like works with your face. Like don't like just like copy and paste makeup onto your face. I mean, do what you want. I mean, I'm not the makeup police or whatever. For some reason, this one's higher, but that's just how my face is shaped. So whatever. I wonder what I want to do with the eyes. I have this yellow in front of me that's really intriguing me, and it's not really what I planned, but I am a little excited about it. So let's just go for it. Gopher, as they say in the biz. So let's see. I've got this, which this is an airbrush color. Here's the thing. Let me toss it out of my hand because it has been a while since I used it. You don't have to apply stuff straight to your face. Like this might be an obvious comment, but like you don't have to apply stuff straight to your face and realize it doesn't work. You can just apply it to the back of your hand and see how it works. Maybe obvious to everyone else, but sometimes I forget and I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't put that on my face. I also just saw a cream yellow that I have. It's not as bright, but it okay, so this I think would be like nice. I'm just like afraid that it's gonna be like really like cracky and stuff. The thing about airbrush makeup is it's generally very thin, so it's great for like building up or just like subtleties in color. But but yeah, it's not always the best for like laying things on top of. Like so here's the color. This is aqua color liquid and this is by Krylon. And so it's not always great because it dries down and it's not always great for piling products on. So this is the color yellow. This is Ben Nye. And I'm just going to take my finger and apply that. And I'm just going to kind of test some theories. So yellow eyeshadow is really hard to get super pigmented. I think only like a handful of companies have done it, what I believe well. And it's because of how much white pigment you need in it, but sometimes the white can pale out. It's like easier to get like a pale yellow, but because you need so much white pigment in there, it can kind of be a little bit hard. So this might be hard to, it's not hard on camera. So this is the airbrush makeup. It honestly, like, it feels like I have nothing on my skin. It's just completely dried down. This is the cream. It's tacky, which is going to help the makeup stick a little bit longer or a little bit easier. And then, so I'm going to take my, I'm going to take the eyeshadow that I want, and I'm going to do like a cross section and see how she do. Surprising results. Okay, so I just went across. I am thinking that this neon yellow is actually doing a better job than the cream. It's lighter and brighter, but it's still like really fucking cool. Okay, let's do this. Also, so sometimes people like to do a white. So I'm gonna test the white. This is Clown White Light, but it should serve the purpose that I need it for. I love makeup. I've always loved makeup. It's one of the things that really allowed me to kind of express this like weird, this like weirdness that I had in my soul, and I've just been able to express myself in an art form that's really welcoming. Okay, so those are totally different, right? Okay, so here's the airbrush, here's the cream, and here's the white. I feel like this is brighter, but I also feel like it's because it's I feel like it's lighter, and I really don't want to. I don't know, like this one I'm kind of favoring, even though this is brighter. But with everything I'm gonna pile on, I'm a little afraid that it's not gonna be bright enough. So, with all that being said, let's go in with this. And I don't really know what I'm going for. I have a vague idea, but we shall see. I have so much fun with makeup. It's such a joy for me to be able to do this. So, thanks for hanging out with me. I know that I know makeup isn't always interesting to watch, especially like a lot of you I know like aren't here necessarily for my like makeup. So it's cool that I get to be that I'm able to do this with you all. I'm really thankful for that. So let us tomato. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply it on my I'm gonna apply a lot. I'm gonna apply it on my inner whatever this is. It's not even my lid because this is like literally where my eyebrow was. We're going for like, I don't know, some kind of we're just going buck wild, and that's the fun thing about makeup is that you can do whatever you want. Nobody cares. I mean, some people care, but whatever. So I really want to get that nice bright base down. If I was smart, I would have put eye primer on before this, but I'm not smart, so here we are. Okay, clump there. Okay, so now that I have that laid out. Ooh, that looks so good. So happy. So before I put the next color in, I'm going to put some eye primer on. And now most of you know that I usually use a pigmented eye primer just because it was really recommended by like all the beauty gurus, and so I got it. It's a little bit more expensive, so I'm like, I'm going to use it. But now I'm going to use a translucent one. And so this is actually my favorite eye primer probably of all time. It's the NYX HD Photogenic Studio, fucking 10 fucking names. I don't know why they do that. Maybe because they release so many products. It's one of the NYX eye primers. Always been my favorite. I've used it for almost 15 years now. I think I got like a little bit of this makeup in my eyeball. Just to make contacts extra fun. So I'm gonna go over not just the part of my eye that has the that doesn't have the yellow, but I'm also gonna go over the yellow, so it's just gonna help that yellow stick a little bit more. Next, I'm going to take I'm gonna use my palette, and I'm gonna take this bright lime green right there in the middle, and I'm just gonna pat it on with my fingers, a little hands on, with especially if I'm doing makeup on myself. Like I just don't really have a care in the world, and I'm gonna put that on the outside because I'm gonna kind of fade into a like lime color, so it's just gonna give a little bit more backing. Now, it used to be the theory for a lot of makeup artists that when you wanted your makeup to pop, you would put white down on your lid. And this can be helpful, especially if you're more pigmented in skin, if you have more melanin popping than I do. As you can see, I don't really have any. um, but now I know a lot of people like to just use the color that they're going for, like in a cream palette like this. And I got this off of Amazon. Now, this became really popular, not just this particular brand, but like just this palette in general, because so back in the dark ages of makeup, Makeup Forever came out with their Flash Color palette. It was amazing. It was always sold out. It was so good. It was revolutionary, right? And then uh, uh, so just now recently, and I don't know why it took so long, but a lot of companies are coming forward with basically the same thing for a small fraction of the cost. And it's like, okay, well, why wouldn't I do that? Why would I go with the Flash Color palette if I'm just gonna if I could just you know do it a lot cheaper? So that's kind of the history and the story of this that nobody asked for. Okay, so I'm going to use a small packing brush. It's going to take a long time because I have so much area to cover, but it's worth it to get that paint off. I think so. We might switch to a bigger brush. It depends. Now, yellow shadows that are bright tend to be very powdery, so just expect that. It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of what it has to be, I'm gonna take my finger. I feel like I liked it better when I applied it with my finger because I can really get in there. But it's a very, very dry texture, and it's because of all of that white pigment. I'm trying to blend that into the red right here so that we, man, I just look fucking crazy. But that's okay. Yeah, I like using my finger for this color a lot better than brushes because it's just so dry and powdery and I'm glad that I put the primer down. I feel like this will stick a little bit better. So I'm gonna take that just slightly into the green, and then I'm gonna find the green color of my dreams, which I think might be in this Lizzie McGuire. Yes, this green right here. It's not like quite my vision, but like I don't really know where that color is. Is this color? This is close. But I gotta be, so I'm a big believer in like adding like shimmer and shine and whatever, like when you want. So I kind of do my makeup all matte, and then I do is that single eyeshadows or is this lip glosses? This is lip glosses. Oh, I think there's a green one here. It's a little better. Oh yeah. Yes, give me more. Okay, so I'm gonna take my finger again. This doesn't have a mirror in it. And I'm just gonna apply that color. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That is the freaking good stuff. Oh, I love having this much eye space. I never ever have this much eye space to work with. I'm kind of going into where I mapped out the brows, so we're gonna see what actually happens with the eyebrows. I mean, I might not even do eyebrows. Who knows? Who cares? Right? As long as the look is right. Look is right. Okay, so I'm loving this. Hi, gorgeous. Ooh, look at you, glasses, babe.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of migraine. Everything on the screen was like.
Oh, I hate that. That always like fucks with me.
You're looking cute.
You like it?
How was your phone?
It was okay. I mean, it kind of ended up in like a dead end because I was like, because I watched this video on like bipolar and TMS, and
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
what?
You watched the video on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes, that's TMNT, but you know, so slightly different, but then I went in the video. It was by someone else, but they said like TMS for bipolar because it's not FDA approved. It's often not covered by insurance, and I was like,
remind me what TMS is.
So it's transcranial magnetic stimulation. So it's when they put like a hair dryer type thing, but it's magnets. Supposedly does something to your brain, but it's non-invasive, and it's not like it rarely has like any side effects at all. Cool. But it's been I think it's FDA approved for depression, but like there's less information on folks like me.
Party.
Yeah. You look gorgeous. I love you in glasses. Like, I love you anyways. But you're, like, extra adorable. You should put that Metallica shirt on, wear those glasses, and nothing else.
I'll see what I can do. Not for my work calls.
Yeah, and not for the work calls. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me. Okay, so now what I want to do... I'm going to clean that brush so it doesn't stain my brush too bad. For a lot of like the stuff like this and the water-based stuff, I like to use paintbrushes instead of makeup brushes, and you can always use paintbrushes for makeup brushes, heads up. Now there's so many affordable options for makeup brushes that I don't find it as necessary, although there are some liner brushes that I do like paintbrushes for. For example, this one, I have no idea the brand. I got this brush from a friend, but it's ergonomic, it's very fine, it's gorgeous, and literally like fucking is amazing. And it's a paintbrush. Okay. Let's see. So I kind of like this like rounded shape. I'm kind of prone to like putting darker colors here, but I'm not really feeling it for this look, which is kind of a weird sensation for me. But I am feeling like some kind of darkness. Big surprise. So I think I'm going to do something maybe under the eyes to kind of cut into some of this this brightness that I have going on. Make sure the lid's on right. You want to make sure that it's dry before you put the lid on. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna put some music on so I don't just hear the sound of my own voice, because that, frankly, is annoying to me. It gives me the ick, like, massively. I need to clean up this nose situation. Snap. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, hold on. I'm gonna try to find a small-ish brush. A very, like, specific need. It's like you can have all the brushes in the world, but you're looking for one specific one, but you don't quite know what you're looking for, so you're just like, Alright, this is the brush I'm using. This is the Morphe M507. And then I'm gonna take this color, which is like a brown gray. And I'm really taking my time to blend it out and just have it be like spooky ooky ooky rather than just slapping it on. I don't usually take a lot of time blending this out. I used to do so much liner underneath my eyes, and now I really just don't do fucking anything. I'm like, top's done, okay. Now, I didn't set my under eye very well, but I don't really care because there's gonna be eyeshadow over it, so it's not gonna be a huge deal. I'm emphasizing my natural kind of like eye bags because again, I don't want this to look like a clean, perfect, whatever makeup. I don't really know how I'm gonna incorporate the white yet, but we'll see. I did this whole makeup just to use the white liner, and now I'm not sure how I'm gonna use it. This brush and this eyeshadow are just meshing so well. It's like erotic for me. Oh, so gorgeous. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about about how this is. It's look even with like out any context or anything. It looks like my eyes are black. Like it's so cool. Kind of like do I need to do things? Okay. So now the brow question. Should I do brows? Because if I do white brows, it's not gonna really show up because I'm so pale. Um. So um. So let's see. What should I do? Okay, brows could really fuck this up. But I feel like because I did kind of like a lead in into the brows, I need to do something. So I'm thinking maybe like a darker green or something. Okay, so I'm gonna take an angled liner brush. I'm gonna start with a pretty bright green, not as bright as what's going on up here. Gonna pack that on, get rid of any excess powder, and I'm gonna start my brow right where that black is. This is not really working. There we go.
Did you have your coffee in there?
What?
Did you have your coffee?
I would love coffee. God, you're so cute.
Me?
You. Thank you, baby allergy.
Me too. I'm gonna be in here to put that stuff away real quick.
Okay. Now I'm like, should I have done a purple brow? I don't know. I'm very indecisive about it.
Purple brown.
Now, once you get like super far up into the brow area, you kind of have to go thinner for the brow because you just don't have. I mean, I don't have a lot of real estate there, so I'm just outlining the shape of my brow right now, and then I'm gonna. And I might go darker at the end, just so it's visible. Because when it's thinner, it's obviously harder to see. So I'm gonna try to replicate my results. On the other side, always a challenge with brows. You just gotta do your best, you know? That's just the point. Kind of do a check every once in a while, make sure they're matching. And you're just gonna take it slow with your brows because it's really easy to be like, I'm just gonna do this, whoop, and you have like a C shape on your brows, but you really want to take time, kind of position your arch in the right place. Your arch is not actually going to be above where your natural arch is, unless you don't like where your natural arch is. But it's going to be further out because it's kind of about the angle it is with the edges of your nose. If that makes any sense at all. I could do a whole video on eyebrows. So if you want to talk eyebrows, we could do that. But I don't know if anybody gives a shit. I don't know if anybody gives a shit about this. Alright, now I'm gonna go in with a darker green, and I really like an ombre brow. I've always really liked an ombre brow. And I'm gonna just focus on the ends, because they need a little bit more attention. Focus on trying to get like a really sharp brow. And then I'm gonna go in and just kind of blend it into that lighter color very gently. I'm gonna take your finger. You get that. So see how it's like much more noticeable, but it doesn't look like crazy. I mean, it looks crazy, but it doesn't look like I put like a whole separate different color. It just looks like that brow is just as full. So even if you're doing like your natural brows, this is something that you can do. You can put a darker color on the ends and any patches you're losing where you don't have a lot of hair. And then like just put the dark color there and then do your lighter color everywhere else. Makes a huge difference. Okay, and I'm also gonna take this, just boop, really quickly dab it off, and then just kind of stamp some like pseudo hairs. Now at the beginning of your brow, the brow hairs go up and down, but if they start to, most people, they start to um, kind of slant. So I'm just taking, not a lot of pigment on the brush. And I'm just gonna stamp it. That one is a little heavy. My finger in. Okay, boom. we have eyebrows. I don't know if I love them, but I don't hate them viscerally. so, um, so next I am going to. I guess we should. I'm gonna clean up my nose. I need to do liner. I think, and then I need to do lips. Let me do lips right now. So, I'm just gonna do this one because I think my favorite one. There is my favorite one. So my favorite black lipstick right now is Sunset Makeup's black lipstick. It's so good. It's just like dumb. It's so good. It's dumb. And I love using. Oh, there it is. It lasts really well, especially if you have small lips or you just really have a hard time keeping lipstick on. Sunset Makeup is a really good brand, and it's starting to finally get the attention that it needs. If you've seen the colored foundation videos that are all over social media, that's Sunset Makeup. So they're starting to get like a lot of attention. It is trans and queer owned, which of course I'm gonna try to support if I can. I need to do facial hair. God, my lips are so dry. Okay, and yeah, I really like this color. It's fantastic. I haven't tried any of their other liquid lipsticks because I was just looking for. I bought a bunch of black lipsticks at the same time because the brand I was using I no longer use. Something I really like is the rounded Cupid's bow right now. Um, it just makes your lips look so much fuller. Now I have a lot of makeup on my lips, and usually this applies better, if I'm being honest. But because I have so much like powdery shit on my lips, it's not as whatever as it usually is. But this is a good lip. Good lip. I really like it. Okay, so you need to do facial hair and then highlights. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do facial hair first. And so for me, I'm gonna take a liquid lipstick. Now, I actually don't like this one that much. This is by Lime Crime, and this is the color Black Velvet. But I find it's actually really good for like blending like the eyes and doing other features. So I still use it. My lips are dry. Like see how fast it dried, and like I just took a sip of coffee, like moments after applying it, and it's just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna take the same brush that I applied my brows with, and I'm gonna go in and do my mustache. I'm not gonna do any other hair because I just feel like that will just be kind of a little bit much. So I'm gonna try some stuff that I've seen done by other artists, and we're just gonna hope that it works. Okay, so I'll wipe it on the napkin, just any excess. And I did. It's not exactly what I wanted, but okay. So it's bigger than I wanted it to be, but hopefully we can do some editing and make it a little bit better. Excess. I kind of went too far up on the other side. So I'm just kind of like putting some like lines. I'm not fully filling it in. Now, other people do this a lot better than me. I really suck at facial hair. I keep my Medusa space pretty clear. So this doesn't feel even. Oh, I see where it is. It's just sharp right over here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna play around, because who fucking gives a shit? I know I don't. Like I do, but I don't. So I'm gonna go in with the cream bright green that I used on my lid. And I'm going to put some additional hairs on my mustache. And we're also gonna go in with white afterwards. So we're gonna kind of layer a bunch of different colors. I'm also gonna wipe off any excess just because it makes it a lot easier to control. And the focus on the green is not to fill out the shape, it's just to add dimension and color. So don't go and cover up all that black that you did, but see how this looks way different than this side? And then once we put the white accents, I really think it's gonna pop. Okay, so boom, we got the mustache on. And now we are going to, okay, so I got my facial hair. I think I just need to do the white. Let's see. Okay, so there's so many liner brushes, so many different ways to do liner and whatnot, that just have fun with it. Different brushes, stuff like that. My personal favorite is the angled liner brush that I've been using, but I'm not totally sure I want to use that for this particular look, because the angled brush can be hard to use at different. Oh, I got this at, I think, Walmart, when I talked about covering my brows and my sideburns and everything. This is a pack of 6, and it was super cheap. So I highly recommend buying with that if you cover your brows as frequently or less. I don't know, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this one. Can't find my brush. Okay, so I'm have a lot of white accents that I want to go and clear stuff up with. So I'm gonna take the color Ghostly, and I'm gonna just take the back of my hand to kind of shape the brush into what exactly I want. And it's just about like finessing the shape that you want. And you can really just go in and clean up literally any shape you want. White liner is so transformative. Like, is this bright enough with all the stuff underneath? I think we're working. Do do do. Sorry if this is boring. I just have so much fun doing makeup. Okay, so with all the like black there, it's kind of diluting this white. So the white's not really getting its chance to shine. Plus I'm so fair that sometimes the white doesn't really pop like I want it to, but that's okay. I still think it's doing a great job at what I wanted. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm gonna start with my basic like lid liner. If you look up close at, you know how I said like sometimes like, the makeup can crack under um, the airbrush? Like that's kind of happening here, so I'm not super thrilled, and I kind of knew it was coming, but it still sucks to see. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do like a little dip in. Make sure you don't have too much product on your brush. Okay, and then I'm also gonna go. What do I want to do? I don't know. I want to try something different, but I don't know what that is. Okay, let's just try this. See if that works. Might be weird. Instead of like winging it out, I just kind of went straight up. This is just a fun time to experiment with makeup. It actually looks pretty cool because they didn't wing out the makeup. It just looks like a lot different. Okay, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. This liner is like fucking smooth. I love a gel liner. Like you can't tell me shit about like if you don't like gel liners. Like I know that so I do think there's a level of like practice and expertise that is kind of like necessary to use it. So I'm not saying it's for everyone, but once you practice your eyeliner, like the difference that gel liner can make over cream is just like incomparable, if that's the right word. Okay, so I'm feeling my fantasy. I am feeling my oats. I'm just gonna go in and just sharpen my brow. I don't always, actually, I usually don't do this. I just think it'd be fun. It's fun doing it. Plus, it's the end of my eyebrow. It's not as crisp as I would like. So I'm just gonna be using this to clean everything up. And like while it's still like a couple hairs in the beginning, oh my gosh, this is looking so good. I'm super happy with it. um, but I'm fucking obsessed with this eyeliner. Like I think you can kind of tell, but I don't know if you realize the level of obsessed that I am with this liner right now. It's so hard to find a good white, and I'm so glad that makeup is like constantly working on like trying to, you know, outdo themselves and stuff. And I think that we're starting to see a lot of like moves towards like inclusion, which of course I'm like a huge proponent of that. We're starting to see brands come out with more color options, and while there's still so far to go, it's amazing to see, because like when I was a practicing makeup artist, like that just wasn't there, and it's like really it was hard. It was hard to watch, like, because like everyone should have access to makeup and whatever they want. Okay, so I think we're almost there. I definitely think I'm gonna need contacts, and I need to maybe like tightline my eyes so that the white will really pop among all of this conglomerate. I don't think I have my white mascara in here, but I have a white liquid lipstick that I might. Well, actually, I could just use this liner. I mean, I just don't have a lot of lashes, so it doesn't really matter. Just like put this away. I feel like Mr. Freeze. The name is Freeze. Victor Freeze. I don't really have any lashes. I hope this doesn't fuck up my contact situation, but we'll see. I'm just kind of painting my natural lashes. I'm also gonna get my bottom lashes, which there's like 3 of them total, so. There's really no point in doing that under there. Okay. So, let me try to get. Let me try to tightline. I'm not great at tightlining. I always kind of like freak out, so. Let's see how this goes. And because I tried all my black liners, I'm gonna try to find a nice creamy one. Okay, I didn't even try that one. There's one black that was like creamy, 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 and that's kind of what I'm looking for. That's brown. Blue. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I did all of this work to find liners and shit. liners again. I tried to. Okay, so this one. I mean, this isn't the creamiest, but I do think it'll last longest, which is fine. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I don't know how people do this. Okay, I'm gonna try to like lift my. I can't fucking see anything. Oh, it's just like not doing what I needed to do. Okay, I don't know if this is what I wanted, but it's what we're getting today. Okay, so if you have watched me for any length of time, you know I am notoriously bad. Oh. I wanted to do some white on my lippies. Gotta sippy before I do that. Okay, one thing I did yesterday when I just did white eyeliner is I did like a little V on my like cupid's bow. So cute. My piercings in my. Okay, and I feel like I want to like do something cool, but I don't know. That's not straight. Okay, I'm gonna do something kind of weird. I don't know if I should have taken that all the way out, but that's what I did. Oh god damn it. Okay, touch of the black. Okay, so the white's not really showing up on my lip because it's just not. I don't have a lot of real estate there. Okay, I'm gonna put some of my white liquid lip. Is that what I wanted? No. Is it what I got? Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. What do we have left to do? Did the white nose, face. Oh, contacts. Okay. So don't judge me, but I don't have any way to wash my hands or do hand sanitizer, so okay. So I have my container. So with contacts, you want to start with a clean container for the lid. So for the lenses, so some contacts you can get at certain curvatures. Because I'm farsighted, those don't exist in like the cosplay lens category. So I just do the base, which is a 0.0. Not great for my eyes, but whatever. So they come in these like sealed packages, which is nice. Little reassuring there. And then you want to take them out of the. You want to take them out of the container that they're in. I have a little. I have some contact tweezers and shit. I don't really like it, but it's not good. It's not helpful for like putting them in, but it is helpful for other stuff. Anyways, okay, sorry, I'm rambling. I just want this to be done. So I'm gonna take this contact lens solution and put it in the containers. If you do have a prescription or like certain curvatures that you're trying to do or that you use, the most contact lens containers have like a right and left identified one. For me, because they're the same, I don't do that. Uh, Try to grab this little sucker. Oh, come on. I don't know what to put this into. Okay, so I got the lens. Putting that in the new solution. You don't want to use it straight out of the solution that it comes with. It's like a holding cell. So you just pop them open. Little rubber stopper. Okay, and then get this little sucker out. Now, again, these are not full whiteout lenses. I do have some of those, but for me, they're just so hard to see, and that just not generally worth it. Because I can't like see if my makeup fucked up or take pictures or anything like that. I want to change into something like cooler, but I don't really have anything cool. So, okay. So I really dry eyes, and I hate these eye drops because the container is so dumb. Like, how am I supposed to fucking get that in my eyeball? I don't know. Anyways, so I'm gonna put some eye drops in. Trying not to mess up all of my makeup. I should put some lashes on, but I don't know what I want to do with that. So, okay. So now that I've put my eye drops in, so you want to make sure your hands are clean and dry. Again, do as I say, not as I do. So you because if they're not dry, you will have a much harder time putting these in. I'm gonna struggle. It's gonna be hilarious to watch, and I just want to apologize in advance for just being an idiot. You make sure that the curvature is right they're not flipped inside out or anything. I kind of like to shake them. Make sure the curvature's right. Okay. I hate contact lenses. Okay, so you want to kind of pick it up, try to get your as like little moisture on your finger as you can. Okay, so I'm having some moisture on my finger. Okay, blink that right out. Okay, great, awesome party. Ugh, this sucks. Alright. Ugh, sucks so much. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a drop of my eye drops inside, not on the outside, inside, to help with water retention. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, blink before I even get there. Okay, party. Ah, so annoying. Keep checking that you haven't turned them inside out. Oh, so close. So close. Alright, I got one in. Cool. Oh, I want the water so bad. I'm so bad at contacts. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. I can feel it. this is cool, but this is cool. Let's be honest. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Just prolong the suffering. Turn the right way. Okay, we were close, but we didn't get there quite yet. This eye's leaking. Okay. Oh no, flipped. Okay, cool. Well, we got them in. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna put a wig on. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna go with this. But yeah, so this is the look. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, okay. So I'll talk to you all later. I love you. Bye. Look for videos on TikTok and Instagram.